It's time for some more Super Duper Metroid. We're back. That's right. Dun, 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 dun. I got all the stuff that you do not have. I'm right here with you there. Alright, so we're down in this place below the briny depths of Brine Star. Got more power bombing to do. Got lots more power bombs to get, possibly. Oh, yes. If you're not feeling good about these jumps, might I suggest horizontal bomb jumping? Not a problem for me, of course, but just saying, you may want to try that, especially with all the bombable requirements. Look, there's animals from space or something. I mean, maybe they're like the Andorians or something. No, Jesus, I forgot. Yeah, the moon of Endor. Now you're thinking, hey, wait a minute, why don't you just go up and morph ball in there? You can, actually. As part of my initial playthrough, though, I didn't actually go there first. However, I do pick it up later when I do another workaround. So don't worry about it. But yeah, it's not too important, but you can go in there earlier than I have chosen to. Again, I wrote this guide for myself a long time ago now, like maybe over a year. Not really wrote, I just I marked the map with things I was going to do. And that's kind of how it works out, you know? A sign of a good game for me is one where I have to actually plan out what I'm doing. But what is this madness? I am going down way too far. Perhaps this kindly space ostrich can help me. And there's a good thing that there's an energy thing there. I'll show you why in a moment. Anyway, the ostrich is going to teach us how to do the Shine Spark. The Shine Spark is very awesome. So you just hold your speed power and then you immediately boost up. Or sideways, or diagonally. Yes. Now, the reason there's an energy thing there is because when you do that, it starts draining your energy. So, please don't try to abuse it everywhere you go. Unless you think you got lots of energy left. But yeah, you can imagine speedrunners abuse the fuck out of Shine Spark. If you could only see. So yeah, I'll be doing that. Also, of course, with the wall jumps. If you see me... Yeah, I didn't explain earlier, but there was the wall jumps with those guys, and I got that down really well. I can wall jump with the best of them. And in fact, you could probably do a lot of things without high jump with wall jump. I think the exception was this one part in North Fair. I kind of can't really make that work because you're kind of just like jumping through a passage, which is where you really need some high boots. Hi-fi boots for the hi-fi person. That's what I said. Going down this way. Ah, well. Before we go through that passage, there's another thing I could have gotten earlier. It's just easier to do it when you know that you can wall jump. Hence me doing it that way. But yes, I could have wall jumped there earlier. It's not really hidden that well. I mean, I guess it kind of is. Anyway, no biggie. I was going around this way anyway. Not so much far down as to show you a neat little shortcut. Yeah, I imagine this could be pretty fun if you had, like, checkpoint markers and you just made up race paths for people. Potential idea for a Super Metroid mod, I think. Yeah, I might want to... Yeah, 3 missiles or just super missile those guys, because they fucking hurt. Yeah, that took, like, 2 super missiles? Damn. Probably a smart choice. Although you can also power bomb them. I kind of... Yeah. I should have power bombed them. That would have been fine. Now do as the power bomb commands. Destroy this entire wall. Whoa! not entirely. And now we're back where the morph ball was. So we can just have a nice little shortcut back upwards. That's something I'm going to do a little first. You didn't actually see it. And there's actually a way to get it, like, very early on, which is important if you're doing a randomizer like me. But it's basically up in the ceiling. So usually it's just wait for high jump oops before getting it normally. But there's a way to get it without it, and that is to have the when those critters damage boost you right up into that at the height of your jump. It's tough to plan out, but you can do it. That's the kind of thing that isn't exactly a speedrunning. I mean, yes, but also you don't need to be a speedrunner to pull it off, is what I'm saying. You need patience and energy.
But it can be done. It's good. It's guten Tagen.
Yeah. I'm getting the feeling I need to learn more German. Just a feeling, you know? Can't fight this feeling anymore. Yeah. Yeah. So back up here again. And there would be something else I would get up this way, except I did that once before, and you can do that. But you might be better off waiting for another item first. But you can get away with it now if you want. If you've played this game already and know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But this is a good comment for people who have already played it or have already seen this and watched on a second run through and be like, ah, you could have done this and this. It's like, yeah, that's kind of the point. I mean, a lot of answers are valid for Super Metroid. Very valid, actually.
Yeah, blast them. Die. Oh, yes.
Coming up, though, I have plans for, well, a project I was working on. I can continue now because, well, I'm doing some more N64 stuff. And I've got it all worked out this time. Oh, yes. N64 emulation used to be really hard to do, but I think I've mastered it by this point. So we're going to get back into that relatively soonish. Not really a spoiler for what I'm doing, but I've already done this before and I need to, like, do it again. But it's no biggie. It's not like it's like I haven't played it like 20 times, so I'm going to do it. Also, there was another Mario 64 ROM hack I was going to do, but I'm waiting for someone that I know to actually finish playing it first. I have plenty of, like, doll stuff I can do in the meantime. It's no biggie. It's no biggie wiggy. It's no jiggy wiggy. So check this out. Diagonal jump. I think it was just you press, like, R or L and then jump to go diagonally. It's one of those things I'm not sure I can explain because I just kind of do it naturally by this point. Plus, the other thing that happens is just go straight up and I would just recharge anyway. So there's a thing up here. I'm just going to wait for that lava to go down, otherwise it's going to suck when it hits me, but, you know, you can just wait. Dun 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 dun! What is this goop that's in the ceiling of this planet? Also, I have a suspicion that this room may require Variosuit. Like, actually. I'm not sure. I don't know what rooms are marked that require Variosuit that are outside of Norfair, but I feel like this might be one of them. Just based on the background alone. Doing all those jumpsies. All those jumpsing so hard. He does all the jumps. The jumps with all of his feet. He does all the jumps. Samus has the legs. There we go. Good time to get that shit back in all your equipment. Oh yeah, I guess while I'm still goofing around, not really goofing, but not quite getting to the thick of it, there's a YouTube, like, terms of service update, which probably affects me if I give a shit about money. And based on what I'm saying, you can probably tell I don't. But I guess they have this rule. I don't know if it's a rule, but I guess it's something to do with, like, don't curse or the advertisers will not work anymore. I'm like, there's a number of things wrong with that, but the big one is that streaming service, TV and streaming doesn't really have that issue. So I don't know what you're talking about. And if kids are watching, then, I mean, like, I thought that was your whole reason for having YouTube Kids. So I feel like it does not make sense, okay? Because I'm doing my best not to be, like, child only. That's why I kind of changed up how I did things, you know? Because if things are child-only, then you can't have comments, so why make it appeal more to it? I don't get it. I do not understand how it works this way. But yes, it does. Anyway, as long as my videos stay up, no big. And besides, you can use, like, shit like Patreon or something either way. If you had some way to, like... I think if... Yeah, you just reminded me. My commenter's like, you should have a P.O. box. I'm like, oh, right. Well, I'll make that a thing this year. I don't know when. But there's just been kind of a budget thing going on with me right now, in accordance to me actually addressing physical matters. That's why I've not gotten up into that. I don't want to do some subscription for that until I know for sure how that's going to work out. Not to mention other things. But yes, I should do that. Probably somewhere next month. Make sure the weather's okay. So you can power bomb the pipe. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even gonna make any light of that. It's just something you do. Wow! What the fuck was that shit? Yeah, I know. The best kept secrets of Super Metroid. It's not really kept that well at all. It's just, you ever seen an ad for Super Metroid? Because they show it off in the original ad, I think. It was just like, oh, why didn't I think of that? It's right in the damn advertisement. Or, I think maybe when the demo shows it too, but either way, yeah, that's kind of what you have to do in order to proceed. That kind of design kind of reminds me of when I played Banjo-Tooie a number of times, and the whole way to get into Grunty Industries is to actually get it into an alternative way from a different level or within the overworld where you have to ride the train into it as opposed to going in from the entrance. That was wackadoodle. It took me a bit to realize I could do that because it just didn't seem it didn't seem right, but that was what you were supposed to do. So yeah, just like that, you have to enter Meridia non-standard way. We're not going to go in there yet, though. I just want to blow it up. Mostly because I need the ability to move underwater more effectively. So now we have the map to Norfair, which is good, because I've barely explored half of it. We gotta get that good map for it. But yeah, there was a bit to do there. Mostly in terms of ice beam, speed boost, high jump. There's some good shit.
But now I must, do a thing that involves these power bombs that I've collected, eh? Yeah.
Yeah. It does make me wonder how I would have, like, my first time playing this, how I planned it out, because, like... Okay, now we can... Ah! That's right. We can go through here now. That was a big point of this thing, is you have to power bomb it. Have you ever tried freezing fire before? I guarantee you it's not actually possible. But what if you just threw liquid nitrogen in a fireplace? Well, that's not how fire works. It's not solid. So, no. You can't do that. You're crazy. Alright. So, I practiced for this part because it's stupid, but there's an item in that room. So, there's a few ways you could do this. You could do it a couple stupid ways, which is to try to keep wall jumping against the one wall, or to jump on these things and do it very quick before you fall off. But I think they want you to use the ice beam to climb up there, so that's what I'm doing. You could also probably make a lucky jump from the entrance if you knew exactly where it was, which is shame on me because it's right in front of the door. But yeah. I was doing a previous playthrough and realized I forgot exactly how I got it. But that works well enough for me, so that's what I've kept with. Got some more of these red pirates, which don't really get enough screen time in Super Metroid, I feel. Luckily in ROM hacks they do, or at least enough to be like, pose a threat. If you're scaling things up. I'll be down there. Just hang on to your horses. I mean, your seahorses. Your lavatic seahorse.
Yes, enter the energy zone.
Yeah, that was mainly it.
I wanted to grab the energy.
I could check up here, too, real quick. Just to show you a place I don't normally go through too often. Because I know I don't explore every room for 100%. Unless the game specifically requires it. If a Metroid or Castlevania specifically requires that I actually explore all of it, then yes, that would happen. Luckily, I don't think that's a thing here, but I think it's a Metroid game. I think it may be at least one Metroid game that might be important. But generally, it's item collection I consider the most important. So that's how I do it. Want to see what's on this side? Sure you do. Because you can't do it yet.
I'll be back.
We're very close to being able to do it, though. And I like screwing around with that item. If not for the fact you get an even better item that pretty much makes it irrelevant. But it's still fun to do until you have said item.
Makes you feel like an acrobat, does it not?
I'll go up there when I'm done. Let's go save.
Everyone likes Norfair. It's nice and hot and it's thousands of degrees of a Fahrenheit. With a small can of biscuits.
You know, the kind you make like,
Pillsbury Doughboy. You get like a cylinder.
I don't know what the fuck that biscuits crap is, whatever.
Oh no!
This is Crocomire. He is just in the way. I don't know. This is the only critter without really a bad motive other than he's in the way. And I have to kill him. There's no way I can do this. Feel bad for this boy. I mean, the spore plant thing was kind of... didn't really have its own motives either, but it was kind of nasty. But this one is just like, hey! I don't know why it has, like, skeleton arms. You know what I mean? Its arms are very, not even noodly. They're like someone got, like, a Connect set and just, like, shoved it together to make arms. Yeah, super missiles are way better at making them go back. Also, should you run out of missiles, you can do some charge shots instead. But that's going to make it take longer. So I'm just trying to end that as soon as I can, just so I don't have to worry about it.
Oh, nah! No, I am Skeleton! No!
I'm sorry. You didn't need your flesh anyway. I'm so sorry, man. That's the problem. I don't know how I'm going to get through this side. There isn't really an item I can do it. If I had somehow gotten the X-ray... If I had somehow gotten the X-ray, I could get it, but I think something else is happening. Wow, I've heard of a second wind, but this is ridiculous. I wonder if it's like... I don't know, man. Being able to move while you're dying like that is incredible. Especially when you're just a skeleton.
Alright. Let's go save.
Wait, I already saved. I just enter every save room I enter. I don't make the rules. Going up. I got this guy again. Good. Oh yeah, there's also one room in this I don't know how to do the intended way, so I just do it the cheesy way. You might know what I'm talking about. I don't know why I'm giving a wink wink nudge nudge to the people who've already played this game, but can't help it. Especially for this game.
It's the world's most replayable Super Nintendo game, isn't it? Perhaps.
Perhaps. I mean, Mario's up there, but... You know, it is Mario. Mario has plenty of places it could be replayable.
Shove the missiles up the door's front end.
What can I do over that way? Just do a bit of a Sonic, I guess. You think Sonic the Hedgehog works at Sonic? I'm just saying. If they don't already do deals like that, they're missing out. Actually, I do remember the one time I was at Sonic, and let's just say, you know, the people serving the food out, since you're like waiting in the car, they rollerblade to your car, and I'm like, oh sweet, that was awesome. One of the good things I remember about California. Not to say there aren't good things. There's plenty of good things. There's just plenty of bad things too, like literally everywhere. So it's a pointless, like, it's a pointless anecdote comment to make. Anecdotal. Who's got the antidote to my anecdote? That was terrible. That poisoned the well, indeed. Alright, so you have to speed boost through there to make that go away. And I'm going to powerbomb, like, these remains. I guess you can also speed boost them. But that's better. So, as opposed to doing what you think I was going to do, first I'm going to jump to the other side to show you the item that would be intended to kind of get what's up in this room. Anyway, let's do a little jump. I mean a big jump. Big fucking jumps here. Only at Super Metroid Com. Commence the grappling! Oh yeah. Eat your heart out, Hookshot. I got a grappling beam. It's blue, it's long, it's unstoppable. It's also uncut, unless I tell it to. But yeah, how I'd think they want you to do is to try to hang on to these guys, but I can't seem to quite make the jump. So I have an alternative solution that works just as good. Which I'm going to do. Again, that's what I like about this game. There's just certain things you can't do. You can just devise a different way of doing it. Whether it's more convenient or not for you is your question. Yeah. There's a lot of right ways to play this game. It's incredible. Okay. You need to do that. But yeah, I'm going to Shine Spark up there. That's what I'm going to do. I know the exact spot too, right here. I just had to remember it. It's not that bad. Unless you're going for a no-hit run, in which case it is that bad. It's really not. And I suppose if you couldn't have already fallen down, you can go through there. I don't get the point of that when I could just jet out the side and go down about the same way. But sure, why not? Almost pointless to my walls of victory. You know, I'm feeling this like the Super Metroid give you DOS game vibes. It does for me a little bit in terms of like the 2D Duke Nukems actually a little bit. So that'd be more in the like plane of like Turrican for the Omega, you know. Oh, there we go. I was like, I can't make the jump. He's going to have to grapple. The grappling physics are amazing, and the way the camera's designed to accommodate for my swinging is kind of cool too, because you can get really close to the front and back of the screen this way, especially if you're going really fast. You're just twirling around out of control. She's out of control. She's a maniac at lower no fair when we get there. Okay. Okay, I'm pretty sure I can make that work for me. Since there's only the one guy. One guy syndrome. Alright. What is my prize for tolerating a simple puzzle? It's a single power bomb. And by single, I mean you get 5 more! Yeah. A power bomb is like a Jaeger bomb, but you use a Powerade. Don't ask me what that is. So I don't really do that. Just made it up. I didn't make up the origin. I made up me being actually interested in it. Wordplay for the sake of wordplay. Don't look into it any further. Please move along. Oh no, is his grave going to be there the whole time now? I didn't actually consider that while I was playing. Anyway, let's go over here. And get our real prize, which is another energy tank, I believe. Yep. That makes sense. There tends to be energy tanks nearby the things I've been fighting. Excepting the chosen statue that got pissed off at me, which is known as chorizo, which just makes me think of Mexican food. You know, like chorizo. And the Spore Spawn, which was instead super missiles. But yeah, just shove your energy tank next to your boss fights. It's not like that's more of a mini boss anyway. Still fun to do. Like it's actually, you know, threatening me in my way of life, even though I'm threatening it in its way of life. Would you like to save just one more time? I want to celebrate. Yes. Looks like that's what we're getting out for now. A satisfactory end to a Crocomire and my collection of the grappling beam, which is not actually listed in my equipment. Wait, okay, you know why? Because it's at the top. Even though it's not really like a number of items. It's just up there at the top. So there you go. See you next time.